And I'm Ebong.
And I'm Sonya.
And today we're dishing with you from Pure Bar and Bistro. It's located in the Grand Hyatt Hotel at 1000 H Street Northwest. And the chef has prepared some pretty darn amazing things. I put that one all the way over on the other side.
So
for
you
me,
wouldn't touch it?
The bacon, egg, and cheese cornbread, because it's like the most perfect southern just amazingness over there.
It smells so good.
Doesn't it?
It does. And I'll trade you this one right here because this is the shrimp yumminess. It's baked shrimp and it's just so good. Yeah, it's like all the things that you love.
This chicken pot pie. Look at this chicken pot pie.
It's an old-fashioned chicken pot pie. It's actually pretty. It smells amazing. It reminds me when I was a kid. We used to eat chicken pot pies growing up. Not like this kind, but the kind we had was like the kind of the foil. So this is actually
the kind of the foil.
Yeah, it's like it's.
Oh yeah, chicken pot.
So good.
Yeah.
Well, everyone here in the Grand Hyatt is enjoying it, and you can be enjoying it too.
And our guest today is John Thiero, who's an entrepreneur and a Renaissance man. If you can't tell by the way he's dressed, we Renaissance men do dress very similar to each other.
I feel like I'm keeping you two apart.
That's too much Renaissance man.
Too much for one place.
Yeah, well, not for two women, but so tell us about what you're working on right now here in the city.
I'm an event planner / marketer of high-end events, and right now I've got one of my clients' birthday coming up, and he usually does an all-out blast at a particular venue around the city.
Now you say one of my clients.
Yeah, right. So we want to know who it is.
Like one of your clients is like you know the man off the street or something. Like you have pretty high-end clients here.
Yeah, give us some names.
A lot of my high-end clients don't allow me to broadcast.
We hear that all the time. But these are the people's birthday parties that you want to go to.
That's true.
That's the ones you hear about.
The ones you're hanging outside watching while other people are going in, your face pressed against the window.
So what makes one of these events, I mean, sure the client is high profile, but what makes the event something that everybody wants to talk about?
Well, a lot of the events are prepaid, and there's always beverages, so people will come if there's food and there's liquor.
So the food and the liquor's got to be good.
Always top shelf.
Okay.
Right. So having a hand in that helps your events. I have ties with some liquor companies and a lot of different high-end marketers. So
you're making it seem so simple, but really not everybody can pull this off to the degree that you do.
And I think what people don't understand in DC, there's a black tie in DC every single night. There's always some event to go to. And some of us go to all of these events, but we don't really know what it takes to put one on.
Right.
So, you know, so that we don't just go and say, oh, well, it was fun, but explain to us what it takes to put one of these on. Like how much work really goes into putting one of these events together?
Well, it is a lot of work. There's site visits, go set up, talk to the venue, sponsors, marketers. You have volunteers, interns. You have car services. You have multiple companies working. People that have been in the business for years. Having a relationship with a lot of the vendors helps a lot. It's helped me stay alive in the business, because a lot of people that were doing it aren't doing it anymore because it's been a tough economy. So,
now, what do you think makes a good event? Do you usually want to have a theme, or is it just the alcohol? People just come out for the alcohol and the big names.
If you got good booze, they'll come.
I mean, lately, there's so many events. What really? Maybe it's a ticketed event. What really gets people to buy that ticket?
A lot of time it's the charity, depending on what you want to support. Again, sometimes it's the media sponsor, like whether it's a luxury magazine that I've worked with,
or the District Dish.
True.
District Dish.
Very
or
high-end.
Whatever the buzz for that particular city is. If it's New York, it's a hotel bar. DC, it could be a hotel, like we're here at the Grand Hyatt. Grand Slam was great in the 80s and 90s, just to come get a drink. So when you said come to the Grand Hyatt, I was like, all right, cool.
So it's knowing where the cool hot spots are. I mean, that's another part of your business, is knowing what great venue to have the event, who to invite, those kinds of things, right?
Who to invite, like all the media sources, like yourself, Ebong, Sonya.
I thought you were going to leave me out there. Thanks.
I just
left
went
me
in
hanging.
order.
Thank you. Okay, good. Not order prayer. Okay.
But how important is the guest list? Getting together a group of people that actually want to mix and mingle with each other.
Oh, the guest list is the most important thing, and knowing the guest list and knowing some of those clients or those associates, like my company name, Thiero Associates. I thought of it because I make associates all the time, whether it's family, friends, clients, and going back to the guest list, it definitely is important to know. It helps me as far as, like, if I see you guys at an event, you don't have to wait. I give you that privy because you're in-house. And that's true for my staff as well.
Oh, he's great, and that's the truth. Like he
knows who should be there.
He really does know who should be there, and he's really great with regards to how he takes care of his guests, the venue. I mean, the event. Every time I see him, I'm like, "There's John. We got to go talk to him. It's done." I mean, he's phenomenal.
All the T's are crossed,
exactly.
All the I's are dotted, and all the right people are in the room.
How did you get to this point? I mean, I feel like people who are experts in their field really do have made maybe some mistakes in their past that they've learned from. So where did you come up from that you've been able to get to this point now in your career?
I started off as a manager of several hot new concepts, creative concepts, like Z Club initially. In the early 90s, it was a member-only club. We had bottle service. We were the first of its kind. Had celebrities that were members, and I became their concierge, their go-to person for whatever they needed. And I also started selling cigars. So I wanted to keep it affluent, and so from there I took it to catering, I took it to concierge services, and just keeping it high-end, whatever I did. And the company sold, and now they still have other restaurants involved. So
high-end but low-key.
That's right. High-end, low-key, and under the radar.
Yeah.
That's right. John, thanks so much for being with us.
All right, I appreciate it.
It's a question that we always hear. How can we get into those really classy events? And maybe it's just knowing the right people. Thanks for being with us. And thank you for being with us on this episode. Come back and see us next time and see who we're dishing with right here on the District Dish.